Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Coming up here with Season 4 of Warzone in Modern Warfare 3, we are going to see our next major weapons update slash our next major meta update. We've already got a lot of details on what to expect with the weapons update coming both at launch, but then also throughout the season as well. And there's a lot of very interesting things happening within Season 4, specifically related to the weapons and to the overall meta. So first things first, when it comes to the Season 4 weapon update, we are of course getting several new weapons all throughout the season. A couple at launch and then a couple about the midway point with the reloaded update. So the first weapon that we're going to see here with the launch of Season 4 is known as the Super 46. Now this is going to be a new SMG. It's going to be available for free via the battle pass. It's just going to be through one of the free sectors here. So obviously it'll be available right away on day one for you to earn. And with this is how they describe it. This pistol caliber carbine chambered in 4.6 by 30mm is designed to give impressive stopping power with a skeletonized lightweight frame. Exceptionally adaptable, this weapon can be modified to excel in most combat scenarios. So just based off of that, it sounds like it's going to be a pretty versatile SMG, close range, maybe some mid-range slash some sniper support as well. They also say, as you'd expect given the size of the caliber, the Super 46 is impressively impactful at closer ranges with 30 rounds in the chamber and 90 in the reserve. However, this SMG offers accuracy to mid-range and above average recoil control, delivering practicality as well as the firepower you need for most circumstances. So just another SMG to add to the overall meta here, which obviously already is very, very competitive amongst the MW3 subs. Not as competitive with the MW2 ones, but for the most part a category that's got a lot of parity going on right now. Next up, by far the most anticipated weapon for this season is of course none other than the Kar 98K marksman rifle. This is also going to be available for free in the battle pass as well, so everyone will have access to this. And this is how they describe the Kar 98K. Keep in mind, really pay attention to these specifics here. This modernized version of a World War II bolt action rifle is powerful and accurate, high damage output with a slow rate of fire. Last seen in Call of Duty Vanguard and found in the MW3 marksman rifle loadout category after unlocking it in the battle pass, this archaic looking rifle with only 5 rounds before a reload and 10 rounds in the reserve may get overlooked by the uninitiated. Veteran players, however, know this weapon is arguably the hardest hitting and accurate long-range rifle there is, offering quick ADS speed, massive damage, limited flinch, small but functional iron sights, and a rapid takedown potential no matter how far away your foe is. I really want to focus on that last sentence, or last part of that sentence, rapid takedown potential no matter how far away your foe is. I don't know if that's just simply them saying, hey, this is obviously going to be used for long range sniping here, so whether you're fighting at 50 meters or 150 meters, you could use this, or if there's maybe a little bit more to that, saying that there's an unlimited takedown range, maybe an unlimited one-shot range, potentially. Obviously, that's going to be the big question with the Kar 98K. Can this thing one-shot knock? Is it a one-shot headshot? Is it limited to 70 meters? Is it unlimited? What's the case here? If it's not a one-shot weapon, it's probably going to be completely and utterly useless in Warzone for the most part. I'm sure it'll still be great in multiplayer, but unless it's capable of competing with the Cat or the Moors or the Stalker, this thing's going to fall out of the meta almost instantaneously. So I really hope they do right by this. I'm a little concerned that it is going to be a marksman rifle and it'll be kind of its own thing there. So we're going to have to see how it plays out. Hopefully, though, they do get this right. We also have a couple of other new weapons, though, dropping in the mid-season update as well. The first of which here is going to be the Reclaimer 18 shotgun, aka the Spaz 12. Here's how they describe this one. Veteran Call of Duty players may know this heavy-hitting legendary 12-gauge shotgun by another name, and at mid-season you'll be able to empower your arsenal with this classic slide-action shotgun that packs a rapid and powerful punch. Last seen in Black Ops Cold War, this new reimagined variant offers a bait of 8 semi-auto rounds with 16 in the reserve. So yes, the Spaz 12 is returning. We've seen it several times throughout Call of Duty, most notably in MW2 2009, so it'll be fun to have this back in the mix for that close-range meta. And then lastly here, we do have another new weapon coming with the mid-season update, and it's a sledgehammer. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It is a slow, heavy, big sledgehammer that you'll be able to use as a melee weapon. Now, in addition to all of the new weapons dropping, we also have a major aftermarket update happening with Season 4 as well. That's going to introduce a bunch of new aftermarket parts alongside actual weapon changes that we'll detail here in just a moment. Real quick though, if you guys are new to the channel, or maybe you simply have not subscribed yet, every single day I got you covered with news, updates, patch notes, everything going on in COD is right here. So feel free to hit that sub button and turn on those post notifications. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and drop a like on it. Much love to everyone who takes the time to do so. Now, aftermarket parts, we are going to see some very interesting ones and some very goofy ones, honestly, drop throughout Season 4. We are going to see a total of 8 new aftermarket parts debuting, some at launch, some in season, and they're going to be available for a handful of different guns. So here are our aftermarket parts for this season. We've got the Jack Harbinger kit for the M4. This is a 50 cal conversion kit for the M4 that basically just turns it into a sniper here. It's going to drop the velocity and add in way more recoil, but it's a 50 cal conversion, so it's going to pack a punch for sure. We also have the Jack Gunslinger for the Basilisk from MW2, a frame and cylinder conversion that allows the revolver to hold 8 rounds of 357 ammo with an exceptional increase to rate of fire and a near instantaneous trigger action. Hopefully this doesn't bring back like the snake shot meta or anything like that. We also have the Jack Volk for the KV inhibitor, a meticulously crafted stock and receiver mod that updates the weapon to fire a 2-round burst at a minimal MOA dispersion, making every trigger pull count. So 2-round burst sniper is going to be very interesting to mess around with. We've got the Jack Scimitar kit for the Horus SMG. Improved range and recoil are standard with this aftermarket kit, which also unlocks the use of a high capacity drum mag for the Horus. We've got the Jack Thumper 6564, the RGL 80. Yes, a grenade launcher is getting an aftermarket part. An improved long barrel for an infantry carried grenade launcher fires projectiles at higher velocities and distances, compatible with a wider range of launcher projectiles. So you'll have more things to shoot, whether it be smokes or stuns or something like that, and you can shoot them at a greater distance, but I really don't feel like this one's going to be all that practical. We also have the Jack Requiem for the Kastov 762, a counterbalanced rifle system designed to completely eliminate vertical recoil. So the 762, but it's a laser beam. If its damage gets buffed at all anything, that could be one to really keep an eye out on because that could be pretty good. We also have the Jack Decimator for the Lockman Shroud, obviously from MW2. It makes it full auto, so no longer is it a 3-round burst, it'll go full auto, and that could really make this a meta contender if it's not making a drastic change to the damage when you put the kit on. So I've definitely got my eyes on that one. We also have the Jack Intimidator for the Renetti to close things out. This slows down the fire rate and takes more deliberate shots with this modification that changes the Renetti to a single shot weapon, so it'll be a semi-auto pistol essentially there. So definitely changes up the core functionality of that, and I would imagine probably changes the damage values there too. But like I said, some very interesting aftermarket parts for this season. And then lastly, when it comes to the overall weapon update and meta update for Season 4, of course, another big part of this is going to be the weapon tuning and weapon balancing. Various buffs and or nerfs are going to take place within this update per usual with the patch notes on Wednesday. And while they haven't like guaranteed any specific changes, there are a few things that are more than likely going to end up happening just because of the way the meta has played out over the course of the past half season. Obviously, there's like 3 main standout guns right now: the DG, the Wasp 9, and the Striker 9. Those are all at the very, very top of the absolute meta tier, and it's a good chance we're going to see those nerfed in some capacity. Although for the most part, I'm really hoping that we start to see more buffs to other weapons to contend with those weapons that I mentioned in specific. If we bring the long-range TTK around towards that DG58, I feel like that's going to be very balanced. I mean, the Holger is already right there. The SMG category, as I mentioned earlier, has a ton of parity. So if we can have other options close to the Wasp 9 or the Striker 9, it'd be a really, really fun meta there for sure. But those are 3 weapons I'd probably keep an eye on. And then also, as mentioned with the Kar 98K, if that's something that's able to one-shot knock, how then would that affect the balance of those other snipers similar in behavior to the Kar 98K, like maybe the SPX or the SPR? Would we also see fundamental changes to those to allow those to potentially one-shot too and really open up the sniper meta, which is pretty much just dominated by the Cat the vast majority of the time, and then the Moors all the other times. The Stalker's kind of obsolete since it's eliminated in range. So really curious to see how that's adjusted as well, but those are the main things I would keep an eye on top of the potential buffs buffs for MW2 guns. That seems to be an ongoing process pretty much every major seasonal update as well. But overall, that's how the Season 4 weapon update plays out. That's all the need to know details we've got as of now. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you are new to the channel, you want to guarantee that every day you are up to date with all things going on in COD, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.